Professional wrestling has always been larger than life. The spectacle, the theatrics, the pageantry, all of it blends to create an industry that captivates millions. But beneath the glitz and glamour, behind the flashing lights and roaring crowds, there have been dark moments that shook the industry to its core. One such scandal emerged in the early 1990s, a time when the then World Wrestling Federation was riding high on the success of Hulkamania and expanding its global reach. The Ring Boy scandal, as it came to be known, cast a sinister shadow over the company. Allegations surfaced involving the abuse of young boys working as ring crew members, exposing the dark underbelly of the industry and forcing the WWF executives to address horrifying claims of sexual misconduct. It wasn't just a controversy, it was a reckoning that brought wrestling's power dynamics and culture of silence under scrutiny. For years, whispers circulated about exploitation within the business, but when multiple accusers came forward, the floodgates opened. Allegations were made against key figures in the WWF, leading to high-profile resignations and, in some cases, legal battles. The scandal rocked the wrestling world, leaving a permanent stain on the industry. This video takes a deep dive into the case, who was accused, what happened, and how the WWE and the broader wrestling community responded. The scandal first gained mainstream attention in 1992 when former WWF employees and young ring crew members alleged they had been sexually harassed or abused by individuals within the company. The accusations painted a grim picture of power dynamics in the industry, particularly regarding how young, vulnerable individuals were treated behind the scenes. The most high-profile names implicated in the scandal included Terry Garvin, Terry Joyle, a former WWF official accused of sexually harassing and abusing young male employees, Mel Phillips, a ring announcer and longtime employee of the company, alleged to have engaged in inappropriate and exploitative behavior toward young boys working as ring attendants, Pat Patterson, a respected figure in professional wrestling and one of Vince McMahon's most trusted confidants, Patterson was accused but later cleared of wrongdoing. These allegations weren't whispered rumors anymore. They were detailed accusations that made their way to national television. Former WWF ring attendant Tom Cole became a central figure in the case, publicly accusing multiple individuals of abuse. His story shed light on the dark side of the industry, forcing a public reckoning. As the allegations gained traction, the World Wrestling Federation would face immense scrutiny from the media and legal authorities. The company responded by launching internal investigations, while attempting to distance itself from those accused. This led to several high-profile resignations.
A lot of men saying that there's a good deal of gay sex abuse underway in the world of wrestling, and everybody all these years has been scared to step forward. Now come forward a number of people to say, because I wouldn't have sex with another guy in the game, I couldn't get promoted.
Terry Garvin and Mel Phillips were both dismissed from the company in response to the accusations. Pat Patterson temporarily stepped down to avoid further damage to the company's reputation, though he was later reinstated after being cleared of any wrongdoing. The scandal put WWF CEO Vince McMahon in the spotlight, with critics accusing him of fostering an environment that allowed such behavior to thrive. In an era before corporate accountability became a major movement, McMahon fought aggressively to protect his company's brand. During the height of the scandal, McMahon appeared on television in an attempt to control the narrative. He denied that the WWF had knowingly allowed such behavior to continue and insisted that the company had acted swiftly to remove those accused. However, skeptics pointed out that the problem had likely been ongoing for years before any action was taken. This raised questions about how much McMahon and other executives truly knew before the scandal broke.
Phil Mushnick of the New York Post, his lead last week, the billion-dollar pro wrestling empire is about to be shaken to its foundations by a teenage boy scandal, the Post has learned.
We've never looked the other way in anything, and I'm very happy to confront everyone today with whatever allegation they have. The three individuals about whom most of these allegations are hurled are no longer with the WWF. We have started an independent investigation on our own to get to the bottom of all of this, and that's why we're here today.
Tom Cole eventually reached a settlement with the WWF, reportedly receiving financial compensation. However, he later took his own life in 2021, a tragic ending to a story that had haunted him for decades. His death reignited conversations about the long-term effects of abuse in the wrestling industry and the culture of silence that allowed it to persist for so long. Beyond just the individual accusations, the scandal also forced a conversation about the industry's lack of oversight. Unlike traditional sports, professional wrestling was largely unregulated at the time, allowing individuals in positions of power to act with impunity. The scandal revealed just how vulnerable young talent and employees were, with little recourse available to those who suffered abuse. The Ring Boy scandal left scars on the industry, but did it truly change professional wrestling? The immediate response saw WWE taking some steps to address the issue, such as introducing stricter hiring policies and attempting to implement safeguards. However, wrestling remained a business built on secrecy, loyalty, and a culture of protecting those in power. The scandal also highlighted the vulnerability of young talent in wrestling. It forced many within the industry to reconsider how power was wielded behind the scenes. While the immediate controversy faded with time, its echoes remained, shaping how the business handled misconduct allegations in the years to come. Some within the industry felt that the scandal did not lead to enough long-term changes. While Garvin and Phillips were removed from the company, no significant legal action was taken against them. The lack of accountability reinforced the idea that the wrestling world was still resistant to meaningful change. In later years, WWE made more overt efforts to clean up its image. The implementation of the WWE wellness policy, increased corporate oversight, and stricter conduct policies helped present a more professional and modernized company. However, for those who lived through the scandal, these changes came too late. The Ring Boy scandal remains one of the most disturbing incidents in wrestling history. It shattered illusions about the industry's inner workings and exposed the dark realities of exploitation and abuse. The scandal put key figures under scrutiny, forced resignations, and led to public outcry, but it also left many questions unanswered. The wrestling business has a long history of brushing uncomfortable truths under the rug, and while WWE has since evolved into a corporate powerhouse with more rigorous policies, the echoes of this case still linger. The tragic fate of Tom Cole serves as a reminder that the scars left by abuse don't fade easily. Today, as wrestling fans look back on the industry's past misdeeds, the Ring Boy scandal stands as a cautionary tale, one that reminds us that even in a world built on fiction and spectacle, some horrors are all too real. The only way to prevent history from repeating itself is through transparency, accountability, and an unwavering commitment to protecting the vulnerable. The wrestling world can never forget, and it must never allow such a scandal to happen again. Despite the strides made in corporate accountability, wrestling fans and industry insiders must remain vigilant. The ghosts of past scandals still loom over WWE's history, serving as stark reminders of the pain and suffering endured by victims. Only through continued awareness and advocacy can the industry ensure that future generations of talent are protected from the abuses of the past. Well, that's all we've got time for today, and a big thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our future content. See you in the next video.